When Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders delivered the Republican response to President Biden's State of the Union address on Tuesday, she referenced a topic that has since attracted some backlash.
From where I sit is my alma mater, Little Rock Central High. As a student there, I will never forget watching my dad, Governor Mike Huckabee, and President Bill Clinton hold the doors open to the Little Rock Nine. Doors that 40 years earlier had been closed to them because they were black. Today, those children once barred from the schoolhouse are now heroes memorialized in bronze at our State House.
Now, the Little Rock Nine was a group of 9 black teenagers from Little Rock, Arkansas, who were integrated into the town's whites-only high school in 1957 with the help of the federal government. But it did not happen easily. The historic event came 3 years after the Supreme Court's landmark ruling on Brown v. Board of Education, which ended public school segregation. Federal troops had to escort the 9 students into the school after the governor of Arkansas previously called in the National Guard to block their entry in defiance of the Supreme Court. Sanders' reference to the Little Rock Nine raised some eyebrows, with critics noting that one of her first acts as governor was to ban the teaching of critical race theory from Arkansas public schools. Critical race theory examines social inequalities through the lens of historical racial injustice. But, and this is the important part right here, it's not taught in K through 12 classrooms. There were other things that caught critics' attention. Sanders noted that the Little Rock Nine had been memorialized in the bronze at our State House. Left unmentioned was the presence of 3 Confederate memorials that still stand at the Arkansas State Capitol. And then there was Sanders' attack on the Biden administration and the Democratic Party for supporting, quote, government control. It was, as critics noted, the federal government that stepped in and thwarted the governor's attempts to stop the school from integrating back in 1957. As the Washington Post noted, quote, it took federal judges, the U.S. Supreme Court, and the U.S. Army and the president to desegregate one Arkansas high school. If Sanders hoped to elevate her party's limited government platform or denigrate the president's love of, quote, government control, as she put it, the Little Rock Nine is not a useful example. I'm joined now by Eddie Glaude, the chair of the Department of African American Studies at Princeton University, also an MSNBC analyst and an overall good guy. And he's the author of Begin Again, James Baldwin's America and Its Urgent Lessons for Our Own. Eddie, thank you for joining us. What were your initial thoughts when you heard that speech from Sarah Huckabee Sanders?
Well, I can't say it on television, Sam, but first of all, it's great to see you. I thought it was a kind of consistent invocation of the civil rights era, a kind of active misremembering, a deployment of a historical event for purposes that run contrary to what that event actually represented. And you know what's interesting, too, I thought your opening was just spot on. But what's interesting is our education policy also includes a key feature of it is school choice, public vouchers, right? And what's interesting about the response to Brown v. Board in 1954, not only just the Little Rock Nine in 1957, is that you see a kind of white flight from public schools. You see the beginning of seg schools. And so there's no conversation, there's no mention of how deeply segregated Arkansas's public schools are today, how Little Rock High School, right, is in fact Central High School, bears the resemblance of that flight today. So it was deeply ironic to me, Sam, in every way imaginable.
Do you put the current campaign among Republicans like Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders and others to combat critical race theory in the context of trying to essentially erase our collective education of these incidents, or at least to give it a gloss that doesn't actually correspond with historical fact?
Absolutely. This is a playbook that we've seen before. When we think about what happened at the end of the Civil War, and we think about the very structure of redemption, how the South is being rendered, how the Dunning School out of Columbia writes the history of Reconstruction. It literally whitewashes it, and it absolves the South in some ways of sins. And it ushers in a generation of Americans who don't really know the history of that period. And of course, as a result, we get Jim Crow for generations, and we get a society that is basically organized along the lines of white supremacy. Not basically is. And so here again, we see this moment, the demographic shift, Sam, and of course the battle over quote unquote great replacement theory evidences itself in this historiographical debate because people feel like they're being displaced historiographically. And so, yes, this is particularly consistent with this struggle over who and what we will be as a country, it seems to me.
Or what we learn as a country. I mean, Governor Sanders' speech comes amid this larger GOP attack on curriculums around the country and curriculums that deal with American history. Just one day after her speech, hundreds of Alabama students walked out of their high school saying that their school's administration told them that their student-run Black History Month program could not reference anything that happened before the 1970s, including slavery or the Civil Rights Movement. I guess my question for you, because, you know, the most perplexing thing is, why is this happening now? I mean, you know, what is it about 2023, 2022 that is causing this to happen at such a high level of governance, in your estimation?
Remember, Sam, Black Lives Matter had this moment where, in order to grapple, the movement had this moment, in order to grapple with policing, there was this broader question around our history. We had to tell a better story. And so Civil War monuments came into view in Charlottesville, in New Orleans, and across the country. And so there was this sense about history, the 1619 Project, and then the counter to 1776. And so there's this struggle being waged over the story we tell ourselves, because that story has everything to do with how we understand our ethical obligations, our political relationships, our sense of mutuality. So this is an extension of this deep and how can I say, intense argument about who we are. And what's so fascinating is that the administration of that high school in Alabama said these kids are lying. They didn't say that. So 200 kids just out of the blue just walk out of school because of a lie. It makes no sense. And we know it's consistent with the current moment. So this battle over CRT, this battle over the AP course, this battle over 1619 Project, this forgetfulness that we saw with Huckabee Sanders, all of this is a part of this battle, this struggle we're having over who we are. And if we let them win, Sam, we condemn another generation to this mess, and we'll see all of this ugliness recycled over and over again. We're like hamsters on a wheel, man.
Yeah. Look, I've walked out of school, but I've never convinced 199 of my classmates to do it with me, so fair enough. Professor and chair of the Department of African American Studies at Princeton University, NBC News contributor and analyst, Eddie Glaude Jr.